What is up, everybody? It's Oversee here today, and we're gonna talk about Google Stadia is reportedly shutting down. Google is stopping their Stadia service, their streaming service. So you have so it says Google slows down the Stadia cloud streaming service. The service will remain live until January 18, 2023. So you have a little while to continue using the service, but it's gonna be gone in January of next year. It says Google is refunding all Stadia purchases. Okay, so if you, I guess that's a good thing about this. If you bought stuff from Stadia, at least they're refunding you, so you should just waste all your money on a service that's dying. So that's great. But are we really shocked here, people? Are we really shocked that this service is dying and is about to go away soon? Because if you follow any type of gaming related social media or whatever, see what people are talking about. People talk about PC, they talk about Xbox, they talk about PlayStation, they talk about Nintendo. People are rarely talking about Google Stadia, so that was a red flag right there that this is not being talked about at all. And then it's like when you look at the different services, PlayStation, what is it, PlayStation Plus or PlayStation Now, whatever it's called now, it was always hammered because you had to stream their PS3 games. Because PlayStation Now, what it is right now, or PlayStation Plus, PlayStation, I don't know what the name of it is right now. But when you look at the service, that service is just okay. But it would be amazing if you can stream those. If you didn't have to stream those games, you could just download those games like those old PS3, those old classic PlayStation games. If you could download those games instead of streaming, that service would have been amazing. Not just okay, but amazing. But Google Stadia is all streaming, which is like, if that was the negatives about the PlayStation's their service, and this is all you can do. It's not that great. People gamers don't want to stream games. It's like I myself, I don't like streaming games. I'll stream a movie, sure. I'll stream music, but not a video game. Like, you might as well just buy a console at that point. At least you know your stuff won't be like lagging or like a few steps behind. Like you put an input and it's like comes out a few seconds later. You know that won't happen. So I think the average consumer doesn't want to stream video games. It's just how it is right now. Maybe in the future, like 10 to 20 years from now, that might be a thing. But right now, the internet isn't even that great in the U.S. right now, which is probably the target market is the U.S. and the internet isn't amazing here like that. So I mean, it's not really shocking to me, to be honest. It's not really shocking at all that the streaming service didn't work. Because when Xbox has Xbox Cloud, that's an optional thing you can use if you want to use that. Like I said, Sony, one of their major things is you got to stream their PS3 and order classic games. People want to play the older classic games, but you don't want to stream that, so that's why that service is just okay. And it's like whole thing is just streaming, not gonna work out too well. So I'm not shocked about this here. Um, this person says Microsoft really overestimated Google. You would think a top five global corporation wouldn't be so shy about spending money. Then again, Stadia had a terrible business model. Yeah, I mean, you're playing the same games you can play on console, but you're playing on just streaming service. So it's like, I mean, I would have said at least they should have some exclusives, but I don't know if that would have even been a good buy-in point, just having exclusives. That probably would have been terrible if they had their own exclusive games. So it's like that you got to actually use Stadia to play those games. So I think it's probably best overall, to be honest here. It's like nobody's that fond of streaming right now, streaming games at that point. So I'm like, it is what it is at this point. This is so shocking. I think he's saying it sarcastically. The real shock is that it didn't happen years ago. Who could have predicted this? Yeah, like literally, nobody's talking about Google Stadia. When you look at people, what they talk about for gaming wise, it's like you don't see that much commotion about Stadia. So it's not shocking here. Is it really breaking news though? These people are ruthless in the comments. Jeez. No, really, I'm shocked. Okay. Wow, this is so sad. Although I'm not shocking, which is even sadder. At least they're refunded. Yeah, it's great to refund. A lot of companies don't refund their customers when they've got like this different. It's definitely when we see like a lot of live service games, how they release their games, and it's like you bought into this platform, then like the live service game like ends very soon, like we've seen with Godfall, how that turned out. I saw this coming a mile away, but still shocked. People doing an RIP pozo for Stadia. Jeez. It took longer than I thought. Yeah. It's like, you can't say they didn't have money to compete because Google is one of the richest companies on earth. So if they wanted to make it a lot better, they could. But I guess it is not time right now. It's just not the right that's not the right time for this thing to be successful right now. This streaming service, a completely all streaming service, digital game streaming service. I think it's just the right time right now. Maybe like in 10, 20 years that might take off, but right now it's just cool as an optional thing. Like what Xbox is on xCloud, it's cool as an optional thing, but just a mandatory, you gotta stream your games. I don't think that's gonna work out. Because even the most casual of casual people, you can just buy Xbox Series S for $300. It's like, I mean, $300 isn't really. I mean, I don't know. I guess some people's situation might be different, but that's the cheapest. That's not really that cheap, and it constantly goes on sale too. So if you really want to be a casual gamer, you might as well get the Xbox Series as the cheapest entry into the console market. And they even got like the Xbox All Access. It was like a layaway program, so you can get access to these casual games even cheaper Xbox. So it's like, it's really not shocking to people that this thing is going away. Complete refunds for all games purchased is actually legit AF. Yeah, that's a cool concept. That's a cool pro-consumer thing Google was doing right there. Wow, 10 refunds. That's not nice. And people defended this, saw it coming a mile away. So what I've heard from this whole discourse about Google Stadia closing is that the people who were making games for Stadia wasn't warned about this beforehand. They knew about that news the same time that we knew about the news, which is messed up. That's kind of messed up, to be honest. So it's like they are being pro-consumer by refunding all the customers, but the people who were developing games didn't get the info beforehand. So that definitely sucks. So they were working on games, and so they saw this announcement on Twitter, like we all saw, they got the news that they're pretty much fired at that point. The games are not coming out. Rest in peace. Unfortunately, don't think anyone expected anything other than this outcome. Yeah, it's not really shocking. Sadly, not even the most powerful oracles and prophets could have foretold this ending for Stadia. It's just a big shock who amongst us could have the bold foresight to ever see this coming. Pretty much anybody not living under a rock can kind of predict this outcome right here. Google likes to once again thank you for all the money, but regrets to inform you that once again that money and everything you thought is all going to a toilet now. Stadiums, this might be bad. Is that what the group was called? Stadiums? I think this is a little bit above beyond bad. This is horrible because this all going away now. R.I.P. Bozo, rest in peace. You won't be missed. Jeez. It's official. Google shut down Stadia with the way Google mismanaged what was otherwise cool tech. Who could have foreseen this? Google made a real solid and good-spirited effort with Stadia support and a lot of developers along the way. There are many comments, bro. It's like a lot of comments are saying the same thing. They expect this to happen. So I don't know. Like, I legit don't know how they could have made it last longer, to be honest. Other than like have exclusive content for their service, like how could they really make this thing last longer? Gamers don't want to stream video games. You already know that about the vast majority of the audience want to stream video games. So only thing they probably could do is have exclusive content, so you have to use their service. But yeah, I said it 1,000 times. Google will walk away from the gaming industry. Too much money at stake, and if they shut down Stadia, they'll never be able to come back. I was wrong about the first part, but I think the second part holds. No one ever trusts Google for gaming again. I don't know. If they made like a handheld or a dedicated console, I think they could probably do something, but it's just that the whole streaming of games is not what's it right now. So you can pretty much do anything else in gaming. You might have some type of success, as Google has a lot of money. They're up there with Microsoft in terms of revenue. So I'm pretty sure they can do anything but a streaming service, and they'd probably be very successful at it. So remember when they wanted to compete head-to-head with PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, and Nintendo? That was terrible. Whoever thought that was going to happen was just slow. They literally just wasn't paying attention to anything. They thought that was actually going to happen. Would Sony refund this base? Can I get a hell no? Now a moment of silence for Stadia. I'll say it again. Online-only services have expiry dates. So the person who got really mad at me for saying Stadia is dead a few weeks ago, F you. Wow, that you refunded the hardware purchases without requiring you to return them. Okay. Yeah, this is not good at all. I'm not shocked by Google Stadia is shutting down their terrible service. It was doomed from the beginning. This isn't what gamers wanted at all. Who saw it coming? Everyone except Google. Yeah, that pretty much is what it is to this point. Like, just didn't make any sense to do it right now, to launch this service right now, when the vast reception towards streaming services is not liked amongst gamers, game stream services. And if you want to just follow social media, just any slight of social media, you see people don't like streaming games. So I'm like, it's kind of beat a dead horse at this point. But Google made a terrible decision by launching this thing. They thought they were going to attract casual gamers, people who just didn't want to buy a console. But a console is so cheap right now, especially the Xbox Series S. Like I said before, it's $300. You can even get that at all access program where you pay like a slight, like maybe like $20 a month or whatever. So it's not shocking that this thing wasn't going to last long. It's like, who wouldn't just want to rather buy a console instead? It didn't get Game Pass on top of that, so it's not shocking to me. But definitely want to see your thoughts down below. Are you shocked by this news, or are you expecting this to happen eventually at this point? Definitely want to know your thoughts down below. Leave a like for this video. As always, thanks for watching, and peace.